Hello, everybody. My name is David. I'm a KOK-PLAY Frontier from the Genesis Group. And today I'm going to read a special article about the metaverse. And this is by Reuters. South Korea's Gen MZ leads rush into the metaverse. All right. So, September 8th, Reuters. South Korean engineer Sean has big plans to develop parcels of land he has snapped up for millions of won, thousands of dollars, in recent years into long-term money spinners. I'm planning to design my building, which is suitable to host K-pop live performances and K-drama screenings, the 30-year-old investor told Reuters. That can probably lead to profitable business model in 2 to 3 years. And construction won't be hampered by any coronavirus pandemic, spurred labor shortages, or increased costs. Sean's grand project is all in blockchain-based virtual world Decentraland. The metaverse may be a futuristic prospect for most of the world, but is increasingly a reality in South Korea where home soaring home prices and income inequality have enticed the so-called Generation MZ or Gen MZ into alternative online worlds. Now, a couple of things I really want to pick up here is Sean saying, look, when it comes to the metaverse, the pandemic can't really affect the metaverse in terms of its productivity. And with the pandemic, you have supply and demand. And we all know right now, if you're living, I think, in any part of the world, especially in an industrialized country, you see that the supply chain is not going too well, and that's why you see inflation. Well, Sean is saying you don't have that type of problem with the metaverse. On top of that, you know, housing costs, depending on where you live, double, tripled, right? Now, for me, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, my house might have doubled, but what am I? I can only do so much about it because all the biggest winner when houses goes up is the government because they're just collecting more tax because you're paying tax, your house tax, based on the price of your home. And that's like, to me, I don't even think the government has really cared to really try to push the housing prices down because they're collecting more tax money. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you can say you can sell it, but if you sell it, you still have to buy another house somewhere else where chances are, if you want to move anywhere that's decent, the housing value doubled just like wherever you're living at. And so you have, the Gen MZs, they're like, how am I going to afford this stuff? Well, now they're looking at the metaverse to buy property, digital property. Their digital avatars play games, walk around with friends, host social gatherings, shop and party, and make plans to build cities and profitable businesses. You can do all that. I've mentioned this in other videos talking about the metaverse. And why is this important? Because everything that I'm reading here, where you can walk, hang out with friends, have social gatherings, go shopping, party, and build cities and make businesses, profitable businesses, you're going to be able to do it on the Coke metaverse. Right now it's a digital platform, but KOK-PLAY plans on making a metaverse. And so I talked about it, and yeah, that's why I'm reading this, because a lot of what you read here is going to be implemented and executed in the KOK-PLAY metaverse. Sean, who declined to be identified other than by the name of his Decentraland avatar, has gradually immersed himself in the platform over the past 3 years. Users can buy land in this virtual world with the aim of hosting real businesses there, like a nightclub, or charges users for access. Just like the real world, the success of the businesses and the communities around them can raise the value of your virtual land. And investment managers, telecom firms, and even South Korean government are all plugging in. This is why I'm saying when KOK-PLAY makes their metaverse, it's going to be successful. Because you have so many players already, the government, the South Korean government, is plugging into it. Samsung Asset Management expects its Samsung Global Metaverse Fund, launched in late June, to easily beat its goal of drawing 100 billion won, which is $86.49 million by the end of 2021, with around 1 to 2 billion won flowing in every day. Choi Byung-gun, Samsung Asset Management Vice President, said interest in the metaverse has grown since the pandemic. Sorry about that. As people worked remotely. The Samsung Fund launched just 2 weeks after KB Asset Management's KB Global Metaverse Economy Fund. With a global big tech companies such as Facebook seeing their business direction shifting towards the metaverse, the industry of raking in money, Choi said. SK Telecom, the country's largest mobile carrier, launched a metaverse Ifland in July where denizens can host and attend meetings with other animated avatars. So this is what I'm saying. You're going to be able to work there, start your own businesses there. Okay. And yeah, maybe your business is you're selling a product and then you might have it delivered to their home. Maybe your business is, let's say somebody bought land, but now they want to put up a building and your business is you're making the building for them. They want a very unique interior inside their apartment or house or building or something. You could build all that for them. It's just there's going to be productivity. And, you're talking about Samsung and these other metaverses. Well, don't forget there's the KOK-PLAY Metaverses. And I told you guys that, they're probably going to make it so it can all be interconnected, where your avatar, your character can go into other metaverses, right? And when you go to other metaverses, they might have their own currency, just like KOK-PLAY has its own currency, the Coke coins. And, that's where you're going to have more people coming in and out of the Coke metaverse, and they're going to need Coke coins to, spend on the Coke metaverse. And so the difference between Coke coins and something like a metaverse where maybe something like run by the government, is the money is linked to the Korean won or US dollar or anything, is there's no limit to the amount of currency that they create, right? They just print money, or they just type in a 1 and a bunch of zeros and hit enter, and boom, magical money just appear, monopoly money. But not Coke coins. There's a limit to it, and it's the amount of Coke coin, the currency, keeps shrinking. That's why the value of Coke coins will continue to go up. Let me continue reading. As the social trend shifted to non-face-to-face due to the pandemic era, the demand for the metaverse services jumped, and SK Telecom official told Reuters, there are thousands of rooms being created every day and tens of thousands of daily users. Tens of thousands of daily users. That's just now. Imagine 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years from now. SK Telecom is part of the Metaverse Alliance, launched by South Korean government in mid-May, that includes more than 200 companies and institutions. Already over 200 companies and institutions. A Ministry of Science and ICT official told Reuters the government hopes to play a lead role in the metaverse industry. Well, of course, because they want to tax it. But still, they might tax it, but because you're getting backing by the government who has the guns, who controls the rules, the laws, supporting it, that is going to be lots of progress, and they're going to help develop the metaverse, which means when the government's backing it, it's going to move forward. Let's see. A Ministry of Science and ICT official told Reuters the government hopes to play major. In a 604.4 trillion won budget for 2022 unveiled last week, the government earmarked 9.3 trillion won to accelerate a digital transformation and foster new industries such as the metaverse. That's the government. when the government supports something and you have corporations being involved, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And remember, Coke Coins is part of this because they're making the metaverse. They're probably part of that 200 companies that was mentioned in the article that I just read. South Koreans have been especially open to the attraction of the metaverse, even though it remains unclear to what extent a full replication of real life is possible, or how long it will take to develop. Social experts attribute the interest to the disgruntled MZ generation, a term coined in the country that merges millennials and Generation Z, encompassing those born between 1981 and the early 2010s. Well, I mean, if it was 1981, I guess I'm part of the millennial generation too. And yeah, I mean, this is something people look forward to, right? As the coronavirus pandemic has dragged on, a new lexicon has sprung up in South Korea for the untact, the opposite of contact economy. The craze for the metaverse reflects the sadness and anger of MZ generation due to polarization, said Kim Song-kyun, an industrial engineering professor at Kangwon National University who has published 2 best-selling books on the metaverse since late 2020. They do not consider the metaverse as an alternative or replacement of reality. Instead, it's just another part of their lives, said Kim. They are the generation that has communicated with the world through devices since birth, unlike the older generation. That's all true. For 37-year-old Choi Ji-young, it was frustration with real estate prices and regulations in the physical world that drove him to buy property in the geological-based platform Earth 2. Choi's 50 million won investment in the pricey Gangnam district in Seoul on Earth 2 is something he can really dream of in the real world. It was easy to purchase and not as expensive as I thought, he said. Look at that. People are investing real money in digital property, fueling many of the metaverse platforms for non-fungible tokens, NFT, intangible digital assets encompassing everything from network and videos to clothes and avatars, which are purchased with cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies, you got to purchase stuff with Coke coins when you're in the Coke metaverse. Decentraland offers a limited number of digital land parcels or land in the form of NFTs that are acquired using Mana, a fungible token that acts as the game's currency. Mana and Ocoin can be purchased with fiat currency on limited cryptocurrency exchanges or in a swap with digital currencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum probably is what that means. As the real world land parcels located closer to popular districts are more valuable than others, some land parcels that sold for about $20 each in Decentraland launched in 2017 now change hands for hundreds of thousands of dollars. As the platform develops, Sean and other landowners believe they will be able to make money by using their land for a variety of commercial businesses, such as building concert venues and charging admissions for performances. So there you have it. All right. So I really want you guys to, for everyone, the KOK-PLAY family and everyone who's just new to the channel, really think about the metaverse. And yeah, I mean, look at that right there. Right? People are hanging out, having fun, partying at wherever they're at in the metaverse. Okay, and so this is why it's so important to be part of KOK-PLAY now before the Coke metaverse is launched officially. Okay. All right, everyone. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, leave a comment. I'd love to, hear from you and respond. And if you have a question, I'll try to answer them whenever I get a chance. Also, if you are not part of, you don't have KOK-PLAY, you never joined, just go to Play Store, hit KOK space PLAY, and then you're going to need an invite code, recommendation code. Use mine, QAABIRWL, QAABIRWL. Okay. I hope you guys really liked it. It's really important. Okay. This is why I keep saying Coke coins. I mean, just everything about the Coke platform and the fact that it's going to make its own metaverse and just everything, how everything functions, just everything is a winner. The fundamentals, the foundations, everything about KOK-PLAY just has like, legitimacy. It's just legit. It has winner all over it. All right. So there you have it, everyone. I hope you guys like the contents. Okay. Stay blessed. God bless y'all. And Coke on.